And today is our very last video of 2022, so we wanted to go through some of the comments we've been getting on our videos and answer any questions you guys have.
And stick around to the end because we're going to be asking each other some questions, just reflecting back on this past year.
And we're eating some delicious cookies that Krystal made.
For lunch.
Yep. Holiday cookies. Okay, so the first comment comes from Ken. He says, great video, thanks. Also, where do you go shopping for clothes and food? In Ocean Shores, there's a couple different places you can get clothes. There's actually a few thrift shops. I know I have friends that love thrifting, and there's a few thrift shops that will link. Also, you'd be surprised, but you can find a lot of clothing at Ace Hardware, like your brand name Carhartt, like that type of like outdoor,
Like PNW type clothing.
Yeah.
That if you like doing outdoor stuff or hiking or walking on the beach.
which I don't think I've seen at any other Ace Hardware. Have you?
I don't know. I don't go to any other Ace Hardware.
That's true. And there's also a really cute shop called Ocean Shores Soap Works that has a lot of like higher end brand name clothing, really cute stuff, and beachwear and rain boots and all that sort of thing. I don't know if there's any clothing stores in Aberdeen.
Marshalls.
Yeah.
I like getting
love
clothes from
Marshalls.
Marshalls sometimes. Like if you're just looking for something that's kind of like lower in price, I would say Marshalls is really good. There's clothes at Walmart too. There's a Walmart right next door to Marshalls. Otherwise, there's always Amazon. Amazon delivers out here too, 2-day delivery if you have Prime.
And, oh, he said, do you have to go all the way to Olympia? For the bigger stores like Target, there's an Olympia Mall that has like H&M and Macy's, like those kind of bigger stores are going to be in Olympia. So, but for us, we do a lot of online shopping, so it's not that big of a deal to us.
Yeah, I never go to Target anymore. I
Me
used to go
either.
all the time.
I feel like I spend too much there on stuff that I don't need.
Yeah, it's true. And a lot of that stuff you can get anywhere around here at closer.
Yeah. Oh, and then food. So you can go to, there's the IGA, there's a liquidation outlet that has it's kind of like a mini like grocery outlet type of thing, a little more affordable options.
Yeah, and you never know what they're gonna have. Sometimes they'll just have like big, huge pallets of stuff come in from other stores.
And sometimes you can find like really good brand name stuff. So yeah, there you can get some food and produce there.
And Sunset Drugs.
Yes, Sunset Drug, if you're looking for like dried goods, like health food items, stuff for your pantry. There's a lot of like vegan, keto, gluten-free stuff there. You can get vegan cheeses and that sort of thing. Then he asked, how hard is it to get contractors to do repairs, like a new or patched roof, fencing, or plumbing? There, a good resource for this would be the Ocean Shores chat group. So I don't spend too much time on the Ocean Shores chat group because you never know what you're gonna see on there. Sometimes there's how do I say this without?
Well, depending on the topic, a lot of people will just go on there to troll other people and just and make rude comments. And I'm pretty sure you find this in most Facebook chat groups that are local to a certain place. So it might not be new, but don't spend too much time on there reading those kind of comments. But it is a good resource if you're new to the area and you want some suggestions. But always make sure the person is licensed and bonded.
Definitely. And what you can do is just go to the top of the chat group and type in like, okay, you're looking for a fence, and just type in contractor for building a fence at the top, and then you'll see all the chats come up that with people recommending different people. So that's a good resource for that.
Yeah, and there are quite a few out here too, especially in the last year or two. I've noticed more and more contractors, I think they're like moving to the area, and they'll make their presence known too. They'll go on Nextdoor or like Facebook chat and say, hey, I'm licensed and bonded. Here's my info in case anybody needs a handyman for this thing or that thing.
Definitely. And then he asked, is it safe to walk alone down the street for women, bears, cougars, and bad guys? So you're really not going to see bears and cougars just walking around like every day. It's a rare occasion, and typically they're going to stay away from people. The bears really are going to come to get into your trash can, which if you have been watching us for a while, you know that happens here. But I've never seen a cougar. I've only seen pictures on the Facebook chat. Have you?
I've never seen a cougar. I've heard of cougars, but I think that's pretty rare occurrence out here too. It's mostly bears, but I feel like they only come out at night because everyone that I've talked to said that when they've had experiences with the trash, it's always at night. Because I don't think they really want to be around people, you know?
Yeah. They just want to come for a snack, late night snack. Okay, so the next comment comes from No Regrets. And he said, watch out for tweakers. They don't call it open source for nothing. Yikes. Interesting comment. But just to touch on that, I've lived here for 3 years, and I've never seen tweakers walking around the streets here ever. I used to live in Seattle, and I would see that every single day. I would see needles on my front, like right in front of my house and things like that. I've actually never seen that living here. But we also don't really go out at night at all, really.
We're fun.
I know.
We don't go out.
I know.
But we like it like that.
I know. We cook at home. If we're, like, occasionally we'll go to dinner at Oi Hut, but mostly we're, like, cooking dinner at home. And
Yeah.
eating together at home. So, but that's just us.
And can I touch on that really quick too? I feel like when people say that, maybe they used to live here many years ago, because I have a friend actually who used to live here, or she would come back and forth a lot many years ago. I'm saying like 20 years ago, and she said that there was a lot of tweakers back then. So
Really?
so I'm thinking maybe it's changed, because like Michaela, I haven't noticed things like that living here. And we even go to the rougher parts of Ocean Shore sometimes, and I still don't see that. So I don't know.
More than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
What's a tweaker?
So the next comment comes from Peter. He says, hey, Ocean Shores, doesn't Ocean Shores have an airport for flying for people who are pilots? Yes, there is a small airport here. I've never really heard the planes at all.
Me neither.
I used to live right under, I used to live kind of in South Seattle, and we would hear the planes every single day. But here it's mostly for like small jets, I think, and I've only seen a few small jets there.
Or maybe private. Yeah.
Yeah.
Private planes.
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, I had an old coworker, and they had a small private plane, and they would fly from She lived up in Everett and would fly to Ocean Shores all the time.
Oh, nice.
That's so cool.
Yes. Live that life.
Yeah, seriously. And then they would collect old cars and come to Ocean Shores too for the car shows. So
Oh,
it was
yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah, they do that every year. And if you're liking this video, hit the like button and subscribe so that you don't miss out on future videos.
Blvd Filipino says, Aberdeen is not 45 minutes away. It's about 20 to 30 minutes, depending on tourist traffic. So my experience, I mean, I guess it depends where you're coming from, but if I'm leaving Ocean Shores from my house at the North Jetty, sometimes it takes an hour. So it really depends kind of where you're coming from. But typically it's maybe 30 to 45 minutes. Right now there's a detour. I'm not sure how long that's lasting because they're fixing one of the bridges. So it adds maybe 10 or 15 minutes onto that trip.
I think that's temporarily happening for the next, I want to say the whole month of January.
Yeah, now that you say that, I feel like.
Yeah, and if we're wrong, correct us in the comments, but I thought I saw somewhere that it was going to be the whole month of January, and then it's been like half of December too.
Yep. And then he said the deer are cute, but they spread fleas all over your yard. This is true. So I have dogs, Krystal has cats, and I do have to, with all the wildlife here, do have to keep my dogs on a flea medication all year round here because there's so much more wildlife and exposure to that sort of thing. So yes, this is true.
And then if you have cats, if they're going outside, you probably need to do the same for them. My cats are indoor cats, but they do tend to get fleas in the summertime. So that's when we have them on medication. So just if you're a pet owner.
Yep.
And by the way, there is a veterinarian clinic here, and they're really good. So there's only one, but they service the whole city of Ocean Shores.
Yep. And there's it's a very dog friendly here. I feel like so many people have dogs and cats. There's a few different places you can get your dog groomed or cat groomed. Paws and Claws is where I take my dogs to daycare, and they love it there. It's just like an open area. They can play with all the other dogs all day. They're not sitting in kennels or anything, and everyone that works there is so great. And it's really affordable compared to what I would pay for like daycare or overnight stays in Seattle. So check them out. Okay, so the next question says, I just bought 2 lots on Duck Lake Drive. Do you too sell real estate at Ocean Shores? And yes. We are both realtors. We work together and we sell real estate. So if you have any questions, or if you're thinking about buying here, then reach out. The next question says, is there any safe, clean place in Washington near the ocean or large lake or bay where you can buy a home under $500K?
Yes, Ocean Shores.
Yep.
We actually have a listing that's on the canal for under $500,000. Beautiful house.
Yes.
We'll link it here.
Yeah, and there's a lot of options under the $500K range. So, yes. And then he said he heard Ocean Shores is being run by homeless and a significant increase in property crime. Again, I have not seen a homeless person on the streets here. I'm not sure where that's coming from.
I don't either. I know Aberdeen has, but Aberdeen's a city, and I feel like all the cities have a lot of homeless people.
Yeah, it's very sad.
Yeah.
But we just don't see it here in Ocean Shores.
No.
Okay, the next one says, I love Duck Lake. It is like living at Disneyland. I thought that was super cute. You see so much wildlife on Duck Lake. Like, you'll see eagles every single day, these huge heron, beavers and just all kinds of
like
wildlife.
otters and stuff.
Yeah. And then the next one says, "You girls are out of your mind. Socialism is Washington State's mantra. Crime and lawlessness reigns." So
Maybe we are out of our mind, but
maybe.
we love Washington.
Yeah.
No place is perfect.
Right. Next one says, "Hicks and bears and solitude and boredom." This was on our video about Aberdeen.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, there's no nightlife. I feel like Aberdeen has more nightlife than Ocean Shores does.
Yeah, they have a lot more like bars. There's a few bars around here. We're not like frequenters to that. But then
No.
someone else responded and said, "Hey, now there are plenty of punks and goths here too."
There's a variety of people here.
And then Spins and Needles says, "And artists and musicians and students."
Yes, lots of artists. Artists love Ocean Shores.
Definitely. Lots of artists. Like when you go to the convention center when they're having something going on, there's so many different artists. There's like, you can take classes on like glass blowing, watercolor, pottery, all kinds of things.
It's really cool.
So lots of artists.
There's
around.
also a lady in Seabrook that does, you can go in with your friends and they'll teach you how to make candles. I kind of want to do that one of these days.
We should totally do that.
Yeah, maybe we'll make a video on it.
That would be fun. Seabrook is another. It's only 20 minutes away. And so living in Ocean Shores, you have access to that. There's tons of shops, restaurants, beautiful view of the Pacific Ocean. So definitely check out Seabrook. So the next one, it's kind of a long one. He's been here since 2009. He loves it, but there are a lot of gotchas. If you're looking for a social scene, it might not be for you. Outside of the wife and dogs, I tend to be pretty solitary in my personal life, so it suits me just fine. But I know people who have moved out here and were immediately miserable. So it's not for everyone.
No, it's not. And there are groups here that people can join if you do crave like being social outside of your spouse or something. Maybe if you're interested, we can pull those together for the next video and go over that.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Like we're part of
Happily sharing
Yeah.
Ocean Shores.
and we meet up once a month, and it's fun to kind of see other people that live in the area.
Yeah.
The next question is about short-term rentals. Are there restrictions?
Yes, there are restrictions. If you're looking at property here and you really want to do a short-term rental, it has to be zoned to be able to do that.
It has to be commercial zone.
Yeah, it needs to be commercial zoned, and most of those spots are like around the jetty and around Damon Point, and there's not a whole lot of them either. So when you find one, they're going to be marked up. They cost more than your residential properties.
Yeah, there's a few like on Point Brown, on the canal, but yeah, there's only very few areas, and when they come on the market, they go pretty quickly because that's what a lot of people would like to do with their vacation home, rent it out when they're not in town, but they're very few and far between. Westport would be something to look into if you are thinking about a vacation rental that you can also enjoy yourself. So reach out to us if you're interested in that. Okay, this is the last one. It's kind of a thread, but it's someone asking about the diversity in Ocean Shores. And I actually found a YouTube channel, and we'll link them below, but the channel is called Traveling While Black. And the person who commented is an African American male, and his fiance is a Caucasian female, and they love it here, but they're concerned about where they settle down and if they'll be accepting of a mixed couple. So a few people shared their own experiences. We'll link the YouTube video with the channel Traveling While Black. Then they share their experience here.
I've seen other mixed couples around, and I feel like Ocean Shores in general, the community is very accepting towards everybody. You know, I mean, that's the feeling that I get.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But someone answered with their experience that has lived here for 5 years. And they are a Black married couple with 5 kids. The community, not just Ocean Shores, but all over Grays Harbor County, is very welcoming and friendly to Black families. Our family enjoys wonderful memories in Ocean Shores every time we go there, especially when we rent at electric boat rentals from the boathouse. So there's a plug for the boathouse. We love the Ocean Shores boathouse too.
Very nice people.
Yeah, they're awesome. So highly recommend.
So now we're gonna do the segment where we're each gonna ask each other a question relating to this past year so that we can reflect back on it. And do you wanna go first or should I?
Either way.
I'm nervous, I don't know why.
I know.
Okay.
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 Either way.
Okay, I'll ask you mine then.
Okay.
Okay. What are you most grateful for this year?
What am I the most grateful for this year? I would say it's gonna be cheesy, but I am grateful for you and like our Ocean Edge team.
Yes. Me
Because
too.
we started this with we moved into a brand new area. We don't know anyone here, and we didn't really know what we were doing, like creating this YouTube channel. But Krystal works so hard on our YouTube channel every week, and she's the reason that a video comes out every single week.
We both work hard.
But, you know, we both have different strengths. We both do different things in the business. But I could never have done, you know, we went from not knowing a single person here to meeting so many people in the community together and connecting with people from all over the country to help relocate here. So that's what I'm the most grateful for.
Nice.
So my question is, what have you learned this year?
Well, besides doing YouTube, I've learned that you could work smarter instead of harder. And my whole life, I've just been like working. I've worked so hard and it didn't seem like it was ever enough. But I kind of like this last year changed my mindset a little bit and just opened up my mind to different possibilities. And I don't know, I feel like I just pushed my boundaries
Definitely.
so much more this past year than ever. And I'm really kind of happy for that.
Definitely.
So,
and we're so thankful for all of you
yes.
Who continue to watch our videos and reach out to us. We love to help you if you're considering moving to Ocean Shores. If you have any questions, we've now been here for I came to the end of 2019, so now total 3 years going on 4. Krystal's been here 3 years. 2 years going on 3. Right?
Yeah, since 2020.
Yeah, so we'd love to help. We have kind of a different perspective because we came from the city and moved to a small town, and so we love to share kind of what we learned along the way. Hope you enjoy New Year's Eve with your friends and family, and we'll see you in 2023.
Bye.